Okay, good morning. Welcome to the special session for parents navigating Turbulent Chinuch, presented by Kashanashi. Be prepared and preparing for Liberating Pesach. First, I want to do some housekeeping, thanking my team for encouraging me. Gingy, Herschel Rosenberg, Heinrich Coleman, Shlomi Litzman. Also, special thanks to Coach MINHAGIM and Usha Panas for allowing us to use their platform, to helping us and guide us to make this happen. I also want to thank Torah Anytime for being there for us all the time and helping us with all the recordings and being able to continue to spread words of wisdom, chizik, Torah, and everything that comes along with it and inspiration. Special thanks to Rabbi Shmiel Neiman for willing and accepting this COVID of being with us today for 45 minutes or so and being able to help us in such a turbulent time. It's only 12 months since last year, lights. It's only 12 months since last year where lights were blinking all over, sirens were continuously blaring all over. Now you're all nervous about Pesach, what we're going to do. Everybody was struggling. Rabbunim were calling to say what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And it dawned on me a couple of weeks ago, we as parents dealing with struggling teenagers and not knowing at night where the child is, or having a child in bed and struggling with these kids that are dealing with emotional distress. As a parent, some of us, especially the questions that came in the last couple of weeks, the parents called questions about different issues that are coming up for Pesach. I felt it's only the best time now to bring a person that has been dealing over the last 30 years with parents, with adults, with people dealing with OCD, and being a Ruv, to be able to help us with these questions. It's only the best time to have a person like Shmiel Neiman to help. It's important to remember that if you have your own roof, and you should have your own roof, to ask your personal questions. It's extremely important for you to ask your own roof in your own Das Torah. This meeting is designed where there's so much confusion going on before Pesach between MINHAGIM, HASHKAFA, and the Seder, and quite frankly, a lot of times it's not having the knowledge, not understanding that in time of crisis, you need to be able to do things a little bit different. It's important for us to be able to have Simchas Yontif. It's important for us to have a Chovas Hadas. It's important for us to be able to come into Yontif excited, calm. It helps for the child that's in need, and it helps for all the other children in the family. Kesha Nafshi is always striving to be able to help parents, to be able to be invigorated, to have chizik, to be able to do Avodas Hashem. Our Avodas Hashem, what Hashem wants from us, to be able to do HALACHA b'druch of what Hashem wants from us right now. We feel that in order to be able to go into this Yontif, it's the most important thing is not to have stress that comes along with the Yontif. And on top of that, to deal with all the other issues around this, financial stress, emotional stress. So I believe right now is the opportune time for Rabbi Neiman to take over. Tzlucha, Siyata D'Shmaya, will be able to have a gewaldige, simchadige Yontif. Thank you.
First, I want to thank Rav Gedalia for giving me the opportunity to have such a schia, a schos, to be together. But first, I want to apologize. My English is not the best. I think it's okay, but it's not the best. It's not my first language. Probably it's the sixth language. But I hope I will be able to try to say you will understand why I want to say. The first thing what Gedalia said before, that we have to be in a very calm matzav. We should be able to be mekayim the mitzvah megad to levinchu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to us as schia Pesach night we should be able to be mekayim the mitzvah God to levenchu. That means that it's a special zman that HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes to every Yiddish house the same way HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to Mitzrayim. Ani Hashem Yotze B'Seich Mitzrayim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu came, and he came in every Yiddish house. It was a gewaltige Ashrus HaShchina. The same Ashrus HaShchina it was in Mitzrayim. The same Ashrus HaShchina comes every year in every Yiddish house. The Chassam Sofer explains that we say by Hulachmu Anyu, Kol Dechfen Yeseh V'Yeichel, who wants can enjoy our Seder. So the Chassam Sofer asks, how could a person say this? Maybe an outsider is a long line waiting, want to enjoy the Seder by us. How could a person say, who wants to enjoy can come in? So the Chassam Sofer explains, Chazal tell us that in Beis HaMikdash, one from the Nissim, from the Asura Nissim was what was in Beis HaMikdash, that it was placed for everybody, because Namukam Kudosh, everybody has place. So some Sefer says in every Yiddish house, Pesach Banacht is like a Beis HaMikdash, and it has place for everybody. So that's the reason why by the Seder we say Kol Dechfen Yeseh V'Yeichel. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes in every Yiddish house, and there's a gewaldige opportunity to shine in the shine of a minna and betuchen in our children. And this is the way we should give over to our children could only be when we are in a calm matzav. We are happy, we're not stressed. Because if we are stressed out, like Chazal tell us, lo yakabdan melamed. A melamed could not give over for the children when he is in a matzah from kabdonos, a matzah from being stressed, in a stressed matzah. You have to be calm to be able to give over. So that's the reason we are, Pesach by night, we are like, all parents are like melamdim, and we have to give it over to the children in a calm way. And that's the reason we have to try to be calm, not to be nervous, not to have like a lot of people, when it comes to the chumras of Pesach, they get nervous. And this is a masa sotan, a masa yetzer hara. The yetzer hara wants that we shouldn't have the opportunity to give over for our children. And that's the reason he came with a mask from Kedisha, from Yiddishkeit, that we have to be worried about Brox, about the other, our chumras, yeah, you name it. And we have to know one thing. We have to be calm. This is the first thing. This comes before all chumras from Pesach. The most chumra we should have, that we should be calm. We should have the capability to give it over to our children in a happy way. So a lot of times we have chumras like let's say gebrox, or we don't take in food from other people. But unfortunately, when we are in crisis, like we have to deal differently. Like everybody understands when it comes, like when you have a child who is mamash sick, then everybody understands when it comes to chumras of Pesach. We know if parents are in the hospital and they didn't have time to cook, everybody will take food from other people, even if we have chumras Pesach, not to eat by other people. The same is when we have special our special children, and it's also a matter of crisis. And a lot of times we have to give up. That usually we do, but when it comes to, it's not a usual matzav, we have to give it up. And we have to understand this is what the Rabbi Shlita wants from us. The Rabbi Shlita wants that we should be in a happy matzav. And even because of these special children, we can be machmer in all our chumras. Let's say even with gebrox. Let's say there are people, they have a chumrah, they only eat matzah. They eat the matzah, the kazayas matzah, two kazayas matzah, and then they take off the whole, they take off the tablecloth, and then they bring in the other food. There are people that have the chumrah. I'm not saying, I'm not laughing of them of this chumrah. If people have this chumrah, gesundheit. But I want to explain you when we have such special type of children, and they can't stand this chumras. Probably everybody who is in the line understands exactly what I'm saying. They want to eat normal. They want to eat matzah. Let's say they want a brok. They want to eat the matzah together with the fish, with the soup. They want to put in matzah in the soup. And the way we dealt till when we didn't have such a special need of children, it wasn't such a thing that we should brok. But if we have the special children and he wants to brok, don't try to scream on him. It's okay. If you want to use plastic dishes, gesundheit, you don't have to use your corral dishes. But if you want to dafke use your corral dishes and he broks don't get nervous. It's okay. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want we should be nervous now, and we should be nervous about broking. Yeah, it's a big thing, but because this will bring out that we should be nervous, and this child will not be happy to sit by the Seder, so we have to do whatever it takes that this child should be by the Seder, not with pressure. Usually our special children, they want to be by the Seder, but it should be a happy atmosphere. If we will come with the atmosphere that we had, like unfortunately this is the way we are brought up, that when it comes to the Seder, it comes to Pesach, everybody is stressed, and when it comes to the chumras of Pesach, everybody gets freaked out, and such children, they don't want to sit by such a Seder. But if we will be in a matzah from it's happiness, it's Simchas Yom Tov, and we want to be happy, we should take all this type of chumras and put it aside, because this is the first thing we have to do. The Balagoda tells us, "Keneged abo bunam divrei Torah, echet chochem v'echet rush v'echet tam v'echet shene de'elishul." The Svurim explain that the Balagoda wants to explain us that when you make a Seder, you have to understand you make a Seder for all your children. And you can't say, I'm only making the Seder for the Chacham. I have Baruch Hashem, 6 children, a big Talmid Chachamim, and it's a gewaldige thing. I should make a Seder together with them. It could go till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning with the Divrei Torah and the Medrusha Chazal. And like this special child, tough luck. Now it's Vegato Levinchu is for everybody. Now Vegato Levinchu is for my children, what Talmid Chachamim, is also the mitzvah from Vegato Levinchu. So why should I take this child more than the other children? The answer is, the Balagoda says, when you have 4 type of children, the Chacham, the Rusha, the Tam, the Shani, the Elishal, you have to make a Seder for all type of children. And if this child wants to sit by a Seder only for 2 hours, he doesn't have patience. The Seder should take for 6-8 hours. He wants to start the Seder 8 o'clock and be finished by 10 o'clock. If it will go like a fast Seder, like you eat the matzah, you say the Agoda, and you Shulchan Aruch, maybe by Shulchan Aruch you make a pause, and in the middle of the eating he will be calm. If you see he wants to join, and he wants to say the Var Torah, he wants to listen, gesundheit. If you see that he gets nervous, you have to continue with the Seder, and you have to keep on going. You have to finish the Seder. If 10 o'clock you finish with the whole Seder, and you want to spend the time, like Shulchan Aruch says, you should be up a whole night and talking about Yetzias Mitzrayim the same way our rabbis did. Maser Rabbi Lezer, Rabbi Shir, Rabbi Bluz Ben Azariah, Shemesiv Menai Barak, Hatshibut, Hamadayim, Va'omri, Rabbi Saini, Yigi, Kriyas Shema, Shachris. You can do it after 10 o'clock. You finish the whole Seder, and that child was by the whole Seder because it was short and sweet. So that way you're makam the mitzvah, and you had like your children, all the children by the Seder, and then you can be makam the mitzvah and Yetzias Mitzrayim a whole night. But Chaz v'Shalom to say, I don't want to, if he disturbs the Seder, I don't want to have him. He shouldn't be by the Seder. No, maybe the Rebbeinu Shloilem wants he should make a Seder with him more than the other children. Like I said before, if Chaz v'Shalom you have a child who is sick physically, like everybody understands that this child will take first. The same thing is when it comes to when you have a child who is sick emotionally or is a special need child, this child comes first. And if he wants to like enjoy the Seder with the whole family, you have to take it. You have to spend time. You should be together with the whole family. The same thing is when it comes to like let's say this child wants to buy all the nasharai, what's in the store, all the snacks. He wants to buy the snacks in the store. He can't stand the Pesach that you only should eat matzah with schmaltz and potatoes and again potatoes, again wine, again vikitza, the 5 foods. He doesn't want it. And so a lot of people say, okay, they buy all the snacks, but they say for the other children, chas v'sholem to eat it. This is only for this special child. Don't go this way. You can say for the other children that usually we don't eat it. You can eat it if you want, but usually we don't eat it. But buy it. It should be in the house. And if that child don't feel that child, oh, this snacks is only bought for him. It's not made for the whole family. It's only for him. He's the special need child. So this is no. You should buy all the snacks. All type of chocolates and cookies and cake, and he should be comfortable. And the other children, if they will eat, they will eat. Don't make an issue from it. Even by us, we don't mish. We don't eat from other people. No, we have to understand when we have such a type of child, we have to deal the whole family differently. It came in a shaila. Somebody asked that if chas v'sholem we have a child, he doesn't be mekayim the Torah, he's a mechal Shabbos. He eats chametz and Pesach, and he brings in chametz in our house. What should be our response? Are we mechiyev like to take the chametz, throw it out of the house, or to tell the child, if you're bringing chametz, you have to go someone. You're not allowed to be here Pesach with chametz. If you want to have chametz, there's one thing. You should chametz is only allowed out in the outside of the house, not in the house. And the question is, if he bought some chametz and he burned in the house, if halachadik, if we are mechuyev to throw it out, the answer is no. We can keep it in the house. If he brings it in his room, he can keep it there. It's not a problem. Even if he brings it in the middle of the dining room, halachically, this chametz is not yours. It's the child's. And halachically, you're not it's not yours. It's your child. Even halacha says when you find chametz from another yid, you have to throw it away. But this is not when it comes to this type of children. Like it's not only, but this halacha we spoke a lot of when it comes to other halachas in the Torah, we understand our children, they're not considered like machal shabusas. They're not considered that even they eat chametz and Pesach, they're not considered like children who eat chametz and Pesach. It's an amatza they don't have a choice. It's not chas v'sholem that they're chayiv koros. They're not chayiv koros. And you shouldn't like be excited. Even if you see him eating chametz and Pesach, don't be excited. It's nothing. It's not a sin. And I understand it's a very hard thing. A lot of times I think like everybody is different. Yeah, like everybody has this type of children, and everybody is not different matzav. But we have to understand, if this is the matzav HaKadosh Baruch Hu made, you should be in this matzav that your child wants to eat chametz and Pesach. Usually, if he will not make an issue from it, usually he will not want to bring in chametz in the house. Because usually they only want to do it because they know that you will get nervous. They want to see how far it goes. If he brings in chametz and Pesach, if my parents will get excited. So we have to be prepared from before Pesach. I'm not getting excited. It's okay. It's okay to have like a big pie of pizza in the middle of my dining room table. On the Pesach cloth, it's okay. I'm not making an issue from it. when he finishes the eating, he goes out, like put it like that, then you can throw it away. But don't make an issue in the front from this child. Gedal, you have all the question?
No, but if somebody wants to ask a question, they can send me a message to 718-578-7799, and we can post the question, or they can put it on the chat possibly.
Somebody asked if the child made like we don't broke, and he made like scrambled eggs with matzah. So he took the pan and made the pan like he broke in the pan. So what we should do? Again, the answer, like I said before, we shouldn't scream at this child, oh, you're broken, no, don't do it, don't get excited. Like, you don't broke is only a chumrah, and it's not a chumrah we should get excited. And on the, yeah, like, the best way you should do is that that you should if you could have ready a different fry pan, like you tell them like in a nice way, if you don't brock, if you want to brock, you should use this fry pan, and we like this is okay, but if the matter is that he like I said before, he wants to like he wants to test the waters how far the parents will not be angry, and he wants to cook in all the fry pans he is using it to brock, then you should also brock. It's okay. Don't get excited. Even you have to give up the chumrah of brocking and Pesach, it's okay. You have to show this child that I'm okay with you.
Okay, somebody, question came in.
Yeah.
Question came in. Now, basically, based on what the Rav said, that if they're bringing in chametz, it's not our problem. What happens with the rest of the chametz that's laying around? Like, for instance, if there's crumbs laying around that's falling apart all over the place, what do we do with that? What's our achrayus on that?
You throw it to the garbage when he finishes and it goes out, but don't, like, not in the front of him, oh, chametz, chas v'sholem. No. When he finishes his pizza, you should take the crumbs and throw it in the garbage. You don't have to burn it. It's not yours. You have to, you take the, like, you clean up the house and then you throw it in the garbage. Somebody asked, it's not a shayla mamash for Pesach, but for Dalet Koises. My child is on Mechal Shabbos, and he wants to know if he has to buy like wine what's mevushal. If he has wine, he has to watch. The child shouldn't see the wine. The answer is it's not a Pesach geshala. It's a shala for a whole year. Halachically, he is not considered like a Mechal Shabbos, and the wine is not yain nesach. He could touch the wine. They are not considered like Mechal Shabbos. It's clear.
Somebody asked a question, dealing with a child that's basically spiraling out of control right now. Basically, let's say maybe still wearing the levush, but in their room they're being Michal Shabbos. And they're trying to be from, they do not put on film, they don't put on film, but we see that they're sleeping all day in bed, they're depressed, they're frustrated, but officially they are still from. Do we still go with that halacha to take on, especially for the chumras that we have for Pesach? Does that also apply? Because officially outside, they're officially trying to show that they're still on the derech, they're struggling. Do we find the leniencies on this situation?
The answer is like yeah, when we have a suffix, when it comes to the Torah, we have to go l'chumra. Here is the chumra. When you have a suffix, we don't know where the child holds. We have to go l'chumra to go in the lenient way, not to go l'chumra to be machmer. And no, we have to have the chumras of Pesach. No, you have a suffix, you have a doubt. Maybe this child will take the chumrah in a hard way, and because of this chumrah, he'll throw away the whole Yiddishkeit, like we see a lot. So then we have to be lenient, and you have to say, okay, maybe it's stressing him out. So the chumrah is he shouldn't be machmer.
So now a question came in: can we give him money to buy chametz? The kid is completely off of there.
Yes. And you shouldn't tell him even, I'm giving you money, but don't buy chametz. No, give him money, and he should buy whatever he wants. You shouldn't go buy him chametz, but give him money. You should buy whatever he wants. Like the story they say from the Chazon Ish. Somebody asks the Chazon Ish that his child is Machal Shabbos, and he wants to buy him a car. If you should make a tanai with him, I'm giving you the car, but with one tanai that he shouldn't ride on Shabbos. And the Chazon Ish told him, no, buy him the car, and he should do whatever he wants. And the same is here. Give him money. He wants to buy chametz. He should buy chametz. Not a problem.
So now they're asking a emotional question is coming in right now. That I guess there's somebody that's new to the matzav of having a child that's spiraling out of control and being very, very demanding. The person is asking a intellectual question, emotional question. The child is coming to the Seder, but he's making it very unpleasant for everybody. He's screaming, he's upset, and to what extent do we put this child first over the other kids?
Oh, it's a tough one. Again, we have to try to make the most we could. Again, so one thing we have to know that a lot of times, because we have expectations before the Seder, we have expectations. We have an expectation the way we want the Seder should be. And we want it should be like a pleasant Seder, everybody should be calm and no dramas. And unfortunately, it doesn't happen. So then when it doesn't happen, we get nervous. And we have to understand, we have to know when we have this, this is a thing a person has to do all the time, not even when we have this special children. But especially when we deal with the special children, we have to know not to have expectations. And before the Seder, we have to know whatever happens, it's okay. It's a gewaldige night from Ashuros Hashchina. Kadosh Baruch Hu comes to us, and we will do whatever it takes. Now, when this child makes trouble, you can try to, again, a lot of times you can see what bothers him. Like we can see, again, but it will be like, I know for a fact, most of the time when we are prepared that it could happen drama, usually we are prepared for more worse. And when it happens, okay, it's nicht gefährlich. We were prepared for much worse. If we are prepared, we think from beforehand, it will be a Seder, it will be such a geschmack. Everybody will sit in a seat and everybody will listen. It goes so. Then when it comes the first thing, then we get nervous. But we have to do the other way. We have to like expect it could be the worst. And then when it happens, it happens. Again, if it comes to a point that then you can't deal with it, you have to make up your mind what you can deal. If you can deal because it's not the way you were it's not your expectations. This is the you can handle it, or you can handle it. That means, for real, you can handle it. It's not you. It's not the ego. It's you can handle it because you see the other children can stand it. So then again, I want to tell you, we always make mistakes, and we will continue making mistakes. We can know like beforehand. Like a lot of people are telling me, I want Moshe Rabbeinu should be with me 24/7, and then I could ask him every shiloh how it should deal now. Nobody will have Moshe Rabbeinu, and not even the Rabbi Kiva. Yeah, nobody like has the answer from the first minute to the second what to do. We always make mistakes, and we have to be ready to make mistakes. But it's a shiloh that comes in that moment, and we have to be We have to be emistic with us, and it could be we will make a mistake, and it's also okay. We have to be masculine to make mistakes, and usually, in that way, usually it happens. It goes good.
So now a question came in that my son loves to cook, and he loves to make matzah brayo, make something with matzah meal, cake or something. Am I allowed to taste this food because it's going to give him the nachas he's going to feel as a parent? This is coming in from England.
Wow, 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 wow. The answer is yes, you should eat it. Yeah. It's a mitzvah. You should make it could be you have to make a bracha before he eats it, but it's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah, you should eat it and make the child feel good. Yeah.
So the question now is also coming in that let's say, for instance, the child lives in your home, selling the chametz, selling for mechiras chametz. What do we do when a guy at the room itself, or do you sell the room with the child, without the child? So the question is, what do we do? Because we know that we have one room designated for this child, and do we have to sell the room, or do we? It means it's his room, it's not his room. Should I sell it and then tell him? Should I not tell him that I'm selling the room? Should I clean his room before Pesach or not? Would make him uncomfortable. Should I clean it or maybe not even clean it at all? Do I have a chrais to clean it? Do I have to be by the chametz in that room? That's another question that came in.
Okay, the answer is like this. Usually when we have such children, we try to make them comfortable. Usually, and this is the way we have to do it, not only for Pesach, we have to do it like in every, like to make the child really feel comfortable. We have to try like every week, like to clean his room. I hope that, it took time for me to understand it, but there are parents, they say if he wants to have a clean room, he should do it by himself. But we know that it doesn't work. Usually they don't know what means achrayas, they don't know what means rules, and the achrayas from us parents is that the child should feel good, should feel comfortable, and we should clean his room. We should make all the times, not only for Pesach. So now when it comes to Pesach, we have to clean the room like we clean the room all the times. It's not we should clean the room special for Pesach to take out the chametz. Like if the child would be like you say for the child, okay, I want to clean your room because I want to make sure that it doesn't have chametz. No, not this way. I want to clean the room because I want to make you feel comfortable. You should feel comfortable. You should have a clean room. So now when it comes to mechiras chametz in the shtar, when you sell the chametz, and the shtar mechira says wherever you have chametz is sold for the goy. You don't have to usually we make a place, that place, if you have chametz, you put it that place, but clearly it says in the shtar from mechiras chametz, we sell for the goy all chametz wherever it is. So the same, you don't have to be mefared that he is selling the whole the room of the child. It's automatically, if he has chametz, the place of the chametz gets sold for the goy automatically. So don't make a point, I'm selling this room because of chametz. No. And chas v'shalom to tell the child, I sold you a room because you have chametz in the room.
So now questions coming in regarding pet food. Person has a pet in the house, and you need to provide the food. So it's hard to change the diet for the pet before Pesach for that week. But realistically speaking, the pet belongs to the whole family. And now, what do? Let's say you can't get Tush Pesach pet food. So what do you do in that situation? You only have the pet really for that child, but the pet food really is to the whole family.
Well, in its mamash chametz. A lot of pet food are mamash chametz.
It's rule achilas kelev.
But it's mamash chametz. Huh?
I don't know. I guess that's the question that came in.
Mm-hmm.
I know in the past they were looking for different types of food that you could use, but I guess this is the question that just came in. Are we makna the chumash how do we make it work?
Wow. The pet food is a thing that you have to give it every day, or you can put it like Erev Pesach in the cage, and you should eat it for a whole Pesach. Oh.
Don't know. I don't have a pet, so I don't know the answer. It
Um,
doesn't specify what pet it is. I don't know what pet it is.
the thing is like this. We should again, if you could buy, like, there are kosher Pesach food. I know that pets, but the question is if it's impossible. Again, if it's possible, you should have not chametz dike food. You should do. But if the situation is you can't change the food, you should when you sell the chametz, you should sell the pet for the goy also. So the pet is not mine; it's the goy's. And the thing is, but the pet food, if you could put it in like in the cage, it should be there for whole Pesach. It's not, the pet is not mine. The pet is the goy's. You can play with it. You can the halacha is you can let that child play with the pet, even as the goy's, because in the Shtar from Mechilas Chametz says clearly that if you want to use it, you can use it. It's not likatchila, but now we are in a b'di'evet situation, so. You should sell the pet also for the goy, and like it's not mine. And the food for the pet is also the goy's. So that way we will not be over. Oh, they say there is a company is called Kosher Paws that they make special kosher Pesach food for pets.
Okay. So maybe the Ruv now for the next few minutes can give the rechizik to the parents that are struggling to go in with the Simchas Yontiv, calm. They also want to, before we close, basically talk about the Shabbaton, the upcoming Shabbaton, which will be June 10th to the 13th, Pashas Koirach, Chodesh Tammuz, Beis Tammuz. All are invited. Go onto our website, keshenafshi.org. Over there you can register. If you didn't register yet. Also, if you want to sponsor, if you want to give donations, it's also available. In addition to that, all previous lectures that are given throughout the weekend, not on Shabbos, is available through our website. And if somebody has a filter, click on our website and be able to go to Torah anytime to be able to see it over there. It's not on the regular Torah anytime because for obvious reasons, it's not something for every person to be able to go listen to it.
We have to understand that that Kadosh Baruch Hu gave for us this chiyah to have this type of children, and we have to take it for a zechis, for a zechiyah. Like I explained by Kesha Nafshi one of the Shabbos. I was 2 times ago. I explained it from the Zohar. The Zohar explains before Mashiach is going to come, this type of neshamas will be in this world, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives such type of children for special parents, and we have to look on it like it's not a einish, it's not a punishment, it's a zechus that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave for us. This type of children, we should be able to be mechazik them, and it's the biggest nachas rich where HaKadosh Baruch Hu has in this world, that we can be mechazik such type of children. The Chav Savova says, if a person will live thousands of years, he will not do it, and he will serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu like 1,000 years in a row, 1 minute after the other. He will not give an achasrich for HaKadosh Baruch Hu the way when he tries to help other people. And unfortunately, this is helping our children. It's the children of the Rabbi Shalom, and we try to help them, and it's a schis. It's not a punishment. And this is the way we have to look on it. I know we have to be mechazik ourselves all the time. It's a struggle from every day, every minute. Befrat when it comes, a lot of times we have shame. So we have to be mechazik ourselves, like to put the shame on aside and to do whatever. We should take it like it's a HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to us the privilege, the zechis, we should be able to be mechazik such type of children. And the same thing is when it comes to a Seder, when we think, oh, I have such gelungene Kinder, I have kids. I would have a Seder like with like HaKadosh Baruch Hu punished me with such a child, or a lot of times we have a few from such children, and we shouldn't look on it like a punishment. We should look on it, Baruch Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave it to us, and we will deal with this. We will deal. This is an assignment. And like HaKadosh Baruch Hu said before Mashiach is going to come, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make that we should serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'chal levavchu v'chal nafshechu. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make, there should be nesyonos in this world. We should be able to be emesdik. We should be able to serve the Rabbi Shloilo with our whole heart. And this is one of the ways when we have HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to us such type of children, we have to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu with the whole heart. We have to all the times we have to choose which mitzvah first, which is more. Like I said before, a lot of times braken is a thing we didn't brak. When it comes to such a type of children, maybe we have to give it up. And all the times we have to like, what wants the Rabbi Shalom from me now? This is all the times, every minute. This is the question: what wants the Rabbi Shalom from me now? And I'm going to serve the Rabbi Shalom what he wants from me now, and with simcha, not yoy, I should. No, this is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from us, and this is the attitude we have to go to the Yom Tov Pesach. Yom Tov Pesach is the Yom Tov from Vegad to Levinchu. We have to give over for our children, and this is the way we will give over to our children, that we are happy and we serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu with happiness, not we are angry on the Rabbi Shalom, why do you do this, why that? No. The Rabbi Shalom knows exactly what's good for us, and we are happy with him, and this is the way the child will see happy parents. This will make the child healthy. I'm not saying this will make the child be Hashem Torah mitzvahs. Not all the times it depends on us, but it will make the child more healthy. Usually when the child is getting more healthy, usually it comes to a day is Hashem Torah mitzvahs too. But this is not our goal. Shouldn't be like it can be mespal. It's a time by the Seder, the Kana ben Shoyel. But we have to. Our goal is one thing: to make our children happy. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees that we try to make the children happy. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make us happy, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us. Everybody from us should have a freiliche kusher Yom Tov, and they should be able to make the Seder b'simcha. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help that this year. Like Chazal tell us 5 times in the Torah says Belaylu Ahi, and all the times in Belaylu Ahi was Pesach night. The first time was when Avram Avini, the Mechumah from the 5 Abu Meluchim as Chamishu, that was Pesach night. The second time was when Klal Yisrael went out from Mitzrayim. The third time is when the Mechemes Sancheirif, Melech Asher, and it was Pesach night. And then Belaylu Ahi, not the Shnas HaMelech, but the Master from Haman. The 5th time, says in Chazal, says Apusik in Yecheskel, that the Mashiach is going to come Belaylu Ahi. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help, should be Be'ez Hashem this year, and we should see Oises and Moifsem, Nissim and the Fluas, what Chazal tell us, the Nissim and the Fluas, what was Be'etzis Mitzrayim, would be a joke, compared what will be Be'ez Hashem when Mashiach is going to come.
Shkoyach, thank you. Kol Tov. Kushon of Freilich and Pesach to all. As Rabbi, somebody is where you can find the videos of Torah anytime. It's on our website. You can't go direct to Torah anytime. You have to go to our website, keshanafshi.org. Again, if you want to register for the Shabbaton, all the information is at keshanafshi.org. Thank you again for the roof. For everybody else, to have Chovas Adas and the Kushon of Freilich and Pesach.